welcome back to BTF and Dabs. Gozzy, how you doing, bro?
Rone, man, it's been good. It was a lovely weekend. We got to hang out together. Apologies, everyone, that we didn't do a potty, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to chill with your boy. You got to chill with the wifeys. You got to just chill.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone can fault us for that. We didn't watch all the rest of them, but yeah, we didn't do a mini podcast.
You know what? It was too good of a weekend to want to sit inside a room for 2 hours.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All four knowing us.
Well, longer actually, technically, because I mean, you know what? We watched Smackdown, sure, boring. We watched Clash in Italy, super boring, and then we watched the AAA match, not the whole of AAA, just the El
Just
Grande
the match.
Americano versus El Grande Americano Original, which was a very good match. So
Yeah,
I would say wrestling overall, we watched close to 8 hours of it still,
yeah. And we
and
watched
Raw
it
today.
on Sunday, not this freebie that they gave us after Raw because they knew they were trying to keep it relevant to the market. But
Yes, yes. When they
we watched
announced that on Raw today, I was like, oh, okay, so the whole last hour Raw is just gonna be, well, the whole last little bit of that is gonna be the whole AAA thing. Cool, good for at least the people in Italy or Spain, wherever they were this evening, got to see it. You know,
yeah, appreciated it.
yeah. So that was cool. I mean, it was definitely worth it. I would say, as a whole, that was probably the best match of the weekend for sure.
I would definitely agree with that. I don't think I can fault it, to be fair. It was fantastic.
I would say it ran a bit long, I think,
Yeah,
but
if,
beyond
if you're
that,
gonna yeah, if you're gonna go into like semantics, yes, but
yeah,
I
that is
mean,
semantics
I
for
get
sure.
I get your point, but at the same time, story told was great.
Yeah.
The the emotion that you got from everything that they did
Yeah,
and
the
the
way
way
they
that they
told the
put it
story
on,
before through the comic book thing was really cool. So they set the stage really well.
and then in the ring, they gave us a beautiful showing.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Nothing like again, I say it ran a bit long, but I mean that's
Yeah,
that's such a minor little detail. I've watched longer matches than that. I've watched obviously way shorter matches than that. No, I think I was great. It was just a really, really solid match. Tons of blood, which I'm a fan of. Um,
and
and
again,
and the right
they'll do
person
that.
won.
Yeah, I think no, the right person definitely did win. Um,
Obviously, for those who didn't watch or haven't seen it, the new El Grande
yeah,
Americano was crowned the victor, and we finally got the face reveal of who, in fact, is El Grande Original. Who would have guessed it's Chad Gable? Everybody, crazy.
my money was on Sandman, but
See, I had Omos, man. I did. It was
we were
wild.
so we were close. We
We
were
were
close.
close. We were close. Yeah, we had a running from Julio and Bruto and Ray and
Rayo and
Ryan
Bravo,
Bravo. So the whole crew,
Bravo.
the whole crew was there. The whole crew was there. It was great.
It was a phenomenal match, and
Yeah.
again, it was really good and emotional at the end. At the same time, it was a bit wild in the sense that you had Chad's children and wife
Yeah,
standing in the ring while he was
piss in blood.
bleeding
Like he was
buckets.
piss in blood.
But again, I solid match, and if we can give it to that, I would say double dubs up on that one,
That's a
man.
double dubs up for sure. For
That was a
sure.
double dubs up match, and like you say, probably match of the weekend.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, again, like we're not going to be covering that in detail because you don't watch a lot of AAA, but we do know the story behind, the El Grandes themselves. Look, it was again just a really good match, great story. I would highly recommend checking it out if you got the time. That
Absolutely,
was dope. It was dope. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my notes up here.
that's so good, man.
Um,
I
so
mean,
yeah, like I mean, moving forward though, obviously the big main event was Clash in Italy on Sunday. Um,
first of all, it was good to get to watch it at a reasonable time.
yeah, no, for sure. Although I did have a bit of a gripe with that. Especially and again, like I do hate sort of comparing apples to oranges here when it comes to us comparing it to AEW as often as we do, but because they're the two biggest companies in terms of wrestling, you kind of have to.
Yeah,
The big difference is if you watch Double or Nothing, which was including the buy-in 5 hours long.
yep,
It didn't feel as long as Clash and Italy. And I think a
no,
big thing that it has to do with that is the wrestling is much better. I mean, I think that's like just
yeah,
objective
you're engaged. You lose
the
track of
whole
time
time.
when you're watching engaging wrestling.
Exactly, right? But the other thing is that You can pause it if you want to. Grab a snack, take a leak, get a beer, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas WWE is slowed down by the ads in between. I mean, they were watching it live. You had like 4, 5 minute long just ads playing intermittently after fairly mid matches. So
Yeah.
it's not keeping me like tight to the chair. And I got to sit here and wait for this
Yeah.
whole
I
thing.
mean,
I mean, it was again like
it
have
forced like
ads. It helps you get revenue. It helps pay the rest. It helps pay for everything. I get why you would have them there, but these are egregiously long and tell you nothing, and
like
it
three and a
takes you
half,
out
four
of it.
minutes.
I swear, like
And
longer
then
sometimes, man.
but they have the wrestlers come out. Sometimes they get to the ring and then you gotta wait 4 minutes and then wait. That means they wait in 4 minutes in the ring before the
Yeah,
next one comes out.
no, exactly. And then like you come
And then you
back
have
from
to
an
sit through
advert,
that, and then you have to sit through that entrance as well.
yeah, especially if it's a Roman Reigns entrance, which took about 12 minutes.
Oh man, that was unnecessarily long. Oh
I was
Jesus.
ready to go to bed at that day. We finally watched it at a reasonable hour, and he would. I timed it. I think it took him just over like 5 or 6 minutes to get to the ring. That's not his entrance into
And that
over.
wasn't even a
That's how he got
WrestleMania
into.
rap.
That's how he got into the ring before the match started. He was still doing his entrance.
That wasn't even a WrestleMania ramp as well. That was a
No, it was short.
standard ramp.
No, it pissed me off. It pissed me off. I was already not looking forward to Tribal Combat because I knew it wasn't going to live up to any sort of my expect. Not that I had high expectations for it,
Yeah,
but
but
it was fine. But I guess we'll get to that first. So what I guess we'll do here, everybody, is we're gonna talk about Clash in Italy, and then obviously we just watched Raw, see where it filtered in with everything there, and then
if it
if it
feels
goes into anything with SmackDown, because again, like if you haven't watched for a couple of weeks, you haven't really missed much going
no,
into it.
no.
We said in our previous episode that just like with Backlash, Saturday night's main event, Night Clash in Italy. There's a lot to get through, and a lot of the plot lines were very plotting and middling, so a lot didn't really advance forward in any way, shape, or form that was
No, I don't think anything
huge.
was. Yeah, I don't think anything was missed. Anything was overlooked. And again, I don't think anything was pushed. So you know what? There's nothing, like you say, egregious that we missed in
Yeah,
this.
no, exactly. I guess we can start at the top of the card. Well, sorry, when I say top of the card, I mean like the beginning of the show.
Mm.
We kicked off with Rhea Ripley. No, sorry, I apologize. We didn't. We kicked off with Gunther and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
This was just.
Dell.
Uh, yeah, I'm giving. You know what?
Dell.
I'll give this a rating of not a dub, but it's so borderline. Definitely not a dub.
I'm gonna give it not a dub.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
not a dub, but I could say this was borderlining. Definitely not a dub because I wasn't entertained. It lacked something. I think I read
Pace.
somewhere it was about 15 minutes long.
It felt
It
like
felt
eternity.
45.
It was so plodding. That
And
was my
then
biggest gripe. And the finish was whack.
the finish was absolute dog. I've seen some like sketchy finishes and I've seen some stuff where it's a bit questionable. You know, we've seen the shoulders off the mat and we've seen all this. But the whole thing with Gunther's foot under the rope, yeah, everyone knows that that doesn't initiate a count because he's technically
Yeah. It's part
on
of
the
the
rope,
rope.
shall we
Yeah.
say. Yeah, he's broken the line. But then when they get to 3, he lifts his legs up anyway. So that's what makes the ref think, oh, yeah, no, it's a fair pin.
Yeah, just leave his leg there. Just leave his leg under the rope. Count to 3, and then when Gunther gets up, then he starts complaining. It was such a weird finish. It was
It was,
very strange. It didn't make. You're not protecting Gunther here either. It's not like yes, he'll come back on Friday Night SmackDown and say he was screwed out of it. He wants another shot, yada yada yada, as we have it all the time. But he didn't look smart there. He didn't look strong there.
no, he did not look like a ring general. He take his moniker. He did not look like the
No,
ring general. So
no,
I
it
mean,
was.
I was hoping that I genuinely was hoping that Cody would. He hasn't done it in so long, but to counteract Gunther was going to do like a figure four, like like oh
Yeah,
you've got your sleeper hold that you make, but I'm going to put you through like old school rest. You want to be like an old school wrestler? I'll take you old school and starts pulling out tricks from his dad's book or from like Ric Flair's book, or, like take it back to the old day.
yeah.
Just felt like, and it just genuinely felt like a standard Cody Rhodes match and a standard Gunther match. Like he was hitting hard, they were slapping hard. Cody was doing all his, bionic elbow or bionic, and he when he started and he pushed Gunther in the corner and he did the cartwheel, whatever. We know that's for the fans and that's cool, but again, it's like pick.
Yeah, yeah. In this sort of instance, considering the stakes involved for it being for the championship, I wouldn't be doing things like that. But also, I mean, like Cody, they also were missing a couple of spots. I mean, did you see a couple of Cody's kicks to the gut? Like they
Oh
must
no,
have
no,
been
no.
about like a foot and a half
The first,
away.
the most obvious one from the hard cam, and
Mm.
everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is so dreadful."
I
You
wouldn't
could,
say like, look, I mean it's wrestling, so I'm not expecting
yeah,
you
we
to like
know.
sculpt him hard, but
Get
like, I mean, this
close,
is like
man.
this was
But
this
get
was this was
close.
miles away. So
We know exactly what's
yeah,
happening. We're not ignorant. Older fans are not ignorant.
no,
But at least give us something to be ignorant about.
yeah, help us with our
You know what I
suspension of
mean?
disbelief.
Yeah.
You know?
Make it believable. Don't make it ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Any
know.
other?
It's again, it's also the way it ended. Like it's so typical of a Cody match. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so Gunther puts the sleeper hold on for an age, and then he hulks up and he gets it like, he didn't pass out. They didn't do the arm, like, he didn't drop his arm 3 times. Gets up, Cody Cutter into the crossroads, and then we got that really whack finish.
Yeah. But again, he had him in the sleeper for so long. You've had people like AJ Styles and
Yeah,
Goldberg and whatever in that
John
sleeper for
Cena.
less
Yeah,
time. John Cena had the smarts to tap, and we obviously know that's what was going to happen. Fine, but you had others who have been in that sleeper hold for much shorter time
and Cody was in it for ever.
and age, and he didn't pass out. He didn't. They didn't do the arm drop, or like they didn't do the test and see that he wasn't because he was still moving and what. Just
Yeah, how
no.
thick is this
Just
dude's neck?
how
Did his
how
neck tattoo give him superpowers?
who? But how? What do you want us to believe? Go one way or go the other. Don't give
Yeah,
us this. Don't give us this crap of one person is AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers ever that we've seen
yeah.
in our lifetime. And you do that bullshit where he passes out in like 30 seconds, but Cody was in that lock for well over a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Dude, they had a whole WrestleMania angle about that, and then a post WrestleMania like match with it with Jey Uso about this whole. It's Samoa Joe's Coquina clutch. Imagine they did that to Samoa Joe. You weaken that move so
Exactly.
badly. I don't like, again, like, it's a sleeper. I get it. It's a heel move to take someone out of it, but he's done it so well. So again, having him, like, even I think a better finish here would have been if Cody reversed into that and put Gunther out as well. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, it's still
at least you
yeah,
keep
I
the
mean
move relevant. But like now his sleeper looked like not even remotely deadly, like not even at all.
no, it
Right?
just looked like,
It
oh
looked
well if
like,
you
so
can
it's a rest
keep
hold.
yourself moving, it's just literally there to
Yeah.
keep the
So
match
if
ticking
your
over.
leg is twitching, then okay, cool. The ref will wait until you get up. Cool. And then yeah, it just led to nothing. Because Cody did, like, and again, Cody, I mean, we're not saying Cody's bad by any stretch of the imagination. He's a good wrestler. He didn't
Yeah.
really sell it afterwards either. It's not like he was grabbing his throats or breathing heavily. No, they
No.
went through the motions of it. I'm like, I don't know. The more I talk about it, I might give this like a full on double dubs down at this stage, man. I was disappointed.
Yeah, it was
I'm not
definitely,
gonna, but
but I know
that's
what you mean.
that's how
Like
I
it
feel
was
about it.
just oh, it was just yeah. It was tough to watch that.
So yeah, I mean, look, that was not a great way to kick off Clash in Italy for
No.
me. I don't know why I didn't expect it to go on first, but I thought it wouldn't. Um, I don't know. I think this would have actually been well. Okay, and
I,
just so we also know, like, we didn't see much about it on the one thing we did see on Raw after Clash in Italy was a little backstage thing where Roman and Cody had a bit of face off after their 2 matches. They just stared at each other and said a word, so cool. But we'll only find out about the Gunther and Cody stuff obviously on SmackDown.
yeah, like
So
also it's so difficult because not everyone follows all the platforms, right? And I don't mean this in a bad way. It's just some people don't have the time or don't have the availability to see
oh,
all these different platforms. It made no like again. There was one with Gunther where he was stropping in the back.
again, just a singular shot where he was angry, but he doesn't say anything, doesn't interact with anybody. So it's just a long shot of him looking mad. But that's how
Yeah,
he looks. That's he's an angry big Austrian dude.
Yeah. So,
Nothing's new. You
but
know.
it's not like they give us a backstage segment or
Yeah, with them
I'm gonna
yelling
say
at
just like,
yelling at Nick Aldis or the ref or something, you know.
yeah. There's just him stropping in the back.
Yeah, I didn't like it, man.
It
Didn't like it
was
at all. It was
oh
not good.
no,
So yeah, so again, like not a dub.
not a dub.
Just I don't know. Again, it fell very very flat. I think that's the it started off flat. It never got going. This whole show basically stuck in second gear for me until probably the Brock over match. We'll obviously get to that soon. But then that hit like a third gear. Never really got out of third gear, and then they
Yeah,
just geared back down to second for the rest of it. And they cruised.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Not that you should cruise in second gear, everybody. That's not a hint. Like no.
That's really bad.
That's really bad. Don't do that. You'll fuck God. See, this is also a learning channel. We don't only talk about
We're
wrestling here.
teaching you what the ins and outs and rights and wrongs of driving are.
Exactly. Exactly. But moving swiftly along. Okay, so then we got like kind of a surprise match in my opinion was Rhea versus Jade. Um, so
I
now so
actually,
now so now so now look. Jade has crazy good chemistry when it comes to Rhea because I thought she had a really good match here. I thought Rhea looked fine like usual, but
yeah,
kind of Jade showed out again.
yeah. You know what I was gonna say as well. Like, I'd give this a dub, right? I would give this match a dub because I did enjoy it. I was entertained.
after
It
after
was,
the drag that was Cody Gunther, I did enjoy it.
yeah, and you know what? It kind of gave a bit of a perk, like a
Mm,
perk up in that sense of okay, it kind of gave me a little bit of hope of what was coming
yeah,
or what could come for the rest of the show.
yeah.
And again,
It was
like
good.
it was, it took a while to get the baddies and everything out, which again we'll come to, which is
Yeah,
great.
we'll come to
Which
that.
for me was great because I didn't want to see them come out after 4 minutes and then that was it. And then we got another 7 minute match or something.
Yeah, no,
The fact that
again
they
the
went
match
on,
time. Yeah,
I think they had the second longest match of the night. I think it was something like
I think so.
19 minutes or something weird. I think 17 minutes or
See,
whatever it was.
if it was that long, then again, that they definitely then gets a dub from me because it didn't feel that long to me.
Yeah, I saw the picture of it somewhere and it was definitely not that long.
No,
Um,
and
but
with shenanigans, so I mean that's good. No, I'll take that. I'll take that all day.
yeah, no, it was
And
really great.
I liked how it started as well, and why it probably like was went a bit longer because they really showed Jade as like dominating Rhea within the first 3 or 4 minutes, like
Yeah,
taking all the hits, slamming her around. Like they really show that Jade is stronger than Rhea. Like she
yeah.
is the powerhouse between the two of them, which is great. Keeping her strong. That's how you do that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I've got it. I've just looked at it now. 19 minutes it was that match, and it
19
didn't
minutes.
feel
Yeah.
like it was 19 minutes
Nah, that's it really didn't.
compared to the slugfest of a Cody Gunter, which here I have is 11 minutes. Like this is what I've seen online now, and I've saved the picture just so I
See,
could
and
check it out.
honestly, just trying to like thinking of passionately, I would have told you that Jade and Rhea
Was quicker.
went for 11 minutes because of like just how they put everything together. That was a
It
much
was,
better match.
yeah,
And
much.
then
It was
Cody would have been 20 minutes because it felt like those 20 minutes with nothing really happening.
yeah, and again, it was a really solid show. And like I don't think Jade looked strong and dominant against Rhea, but I don't think that she was over dominant. Like you still saw power from Rhea,
Yeah, of
but
course. Yeah, I just mean
they
in the
put
first
on
couple of minutes,
yeah,
like
and they
Jade
put
sort
on a
of was on top there. Yeah.
yeah, they put on a really, really good show. And like you say, maybe she just needs to wrestle these kind of people
Yeah, because I
because
mean,
the
oh,
WrestleMania match was excellent. It was like we said, it was the best showing we've seen Jade Cargill have
yeah.
in WWE.
And she showed out
This
again.
Yeah, she showed that again. Like I wouldn't say one was better than the other if we're talking about the matches because they were I think they were both really good matches.
Yeah, but that shows
But
you like put Jade in these positions against someone like a Rhea Ripley who can like take her through a match, and she shines. She looks so much better than usual. You know.
yeah, someone's on her power level, on her height size level, on her mental level.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
again, it was great. I mean, and I'll watch Jade bust out a blue thunder bomb all the time.
Oh
I couldn't
yeah,
believe that.
yeah.
I thought that was really good.
We got the one winged angel, and then we got the blue thunder bomb.
Yeah, she's pulling out all the hits. It's great.
It was brilliant. And again, like you say, it didn't feel like it went on that long.
Nah,
Inevitably, we had the run in from the baddies.
so we knew the baddies were going to come out.
So again, the one
The
probably the letdown.
yeah, the black spot on this thing. You know.
Yeah, the one that you don't want to talk about was again the whole BFAB trying to get the foot
So
on.
now I also would just like to say I think this is incredibly stupid of WWE in a booking sense. So you just had a match where the finish was a bit faulty because someone's leg was by the rope, and now
Yep.
your next match is also based around that. So
Yes.
now I think that's just in general a dumb booking decision.
That's yeah. No, it was not intelligent to have
Back to back.
similarities
You know, like I mean,
go
and
up.
we
Yeah.
and we had the same not complaint, but like we noticed this at Double or Nothing. You know, with the like the two matches where they both kicked out at one, but these
Yeah.
matches were separated by like stuff in the middle. So
Yeah.
you don't remember, and they did it in an elevated way that was completely different for different reasons. Whereas this was a case of well, Rhea had Jade beat at this stage,
Get her dead to rights.
but her foot was close onto the rope, and BFAB didn't put
No,
Jade's
if
foot
you,
on the
I
rope,
mean,
missed it completely.
if you watch it carefully,
Jade
Jade's
lifted
foot
her
was
leg and put it on there.
yeah. So it was like, but BFAB kind of grabbed her leg as she was doing it to make it look like she grabbed it.
But she missed. Like, she reached
But
in first. She reached all the way in, was too short with it. Ref hit was coming down for the three. Jade was like, oh shit. So good, again, good for Jade. She's clearly
yeah,
getting
ring
better.
awareness, ring awareness. Yeah,
Clearly getting better. But yeah, BFAB, dog, you missed it by a mile, my friend.
yeah. You that was poor. That
and then,
was it was like I say the one black spot on it,
but then,
and
what I think
then
what made it worse, and again, this is a booking decision. Then, not a minute later, Jade puts Rhea down on the other side of the ring, and Charlotte grabs Rhea's leg and puts it on it. Yeah, turnabout's fair play. I'm with you. I'm with you, WWE. I get that. Right away, that means 3 pinfalls in 2 matches have been based around that ring rope.
yeah.
Back to back. But Charlotte showed BFAB how to do it. It's like, no, this is how you grab a
Yeah,
foot
it's
and put it
kind of
on
like
there.
she what. It's kind of like it was a swagger to it
She
rather
was.
than BFAB who was
Yeah,
struggling
the
to
look
it.
she gave BFAB afterwards, like, that's how you do
Like,
it, bitch. It's
you need to
very
like
simple.
this
Lock
comes
in.
with being here for like 14 years. Just concentrate your ass.
Yeah, just lock in. But anyway, so yeah, so obviously no count of three there. Then Rhea came through with obviously the riptide, which again, good psychology in this match was she couldn't get Jade into the riptide throughout the whole match, like
Yep,
right until the end. But when she finally did, she put her down.
yep.
1, 2, 3, Rhea
I think
retains.
my
Yeah,
my only other gripe there was I think they went. I don't want to say back again. I've used the analogy before, but kind of back to the well in the sense of they tried that whole jaded roll through under the leg counter, which at WrestleMania was smooth, came out of nowhere, phenomenal. Here, saw what happened, and you went, "I've seen this before. I don't need you to keep doing it." Like
yeah,
I don't mind a reversal and whatever, but give me something different.
yeah, for
I don't mind
sure,
if she
for
reversed
sure.
it. Have her when she lifts her up, maybe like twist her body and go into a DDT or something, rather than trying to go under and roll through her legs again.
Yeah, no, I
You
agree.
know what I
I
mean?
agree. Absolutely. I totally agree. And I mean, but I mean, look, there were obviously this wasn't a perfect match. It wasn't like the smooth.
Oh,
It's not a
that's
five
why it
star
was.
classic in terms of like a Zack Sabre Jr. and Daniel Bryan, right? There were a couple of like things where they were clearly like building into like some sort of reversals throughout the match that looked not the greatest, but not so egregious that
Oh
I
no, no,
can
not that it
tell you what
was.
they were.
Yeah,
But
not that it
again,
was
like I
terrible.
suppose that's why you would go to the wall. They obviously have practiced that reversal specifically, looked great at Mania, and they obviously like, well, this is a great way to do it, a great transition. It just
Yeah,
didn't come off as good this time.
yeah. It just didn't. It just wasn't as smooth. Like it
Yeah,
still worked. It just wasn't
yeah,
as smooth as it was in WrestleMania. And again, that was I think that was just in the moment. It happened so quickly, and that's why people were taken aback with it. Here, it's kind of like you almost felt like you were waiting for it, and it was almost
yeah,
prepared. But again, it didn't take away from anything else. It was
sure.
just like I saw it happen, and I went, I have seen it. I'm not taking away from it, but not so soon afterwards, or not so like you say, not so quickly afterwards. Just do
Mm,
something different.
slightly different, yeah, again. But again, it gets a dub for me. I liked
It's
it. Yeah, it
yeah.
was a good match. Obviously, again, they're on SmackDown, so we didn't get any fallout from that. I don't know about you, but I didn't watch the post Clash show. Um,
No, I didn't really watch the. I didn't watch the post class show
So
or
I don't
either.
know if something did happen on there. If there was, you let us know in the comments. But not that I saw. The only thing I did see from the post show that was like online and stuff was Liv announcing herself for Queen of the Ring. But we'll also get to that. Great idea.
Whatever. Yeah,
Um, but yeah, dub up,
phenomenal.
dub for
Yeah,
me, a dub
it
for
was tough.
Gozzy. Yeah, it was. this is where we got like out of first gear with Cody into second, looking into third. This is where it hit third for me though, was the third match of the night, which
Yeah.
was Brock and Over. Gozzy and I, we were very vocal about how unhappy we are about the second match. I'm still unhappy about it.
I am unhappy. So I mulled over it, and we were talking about it, and I mulled over it. I calmed down a lot more than I was in the moment.
Sure.
So, and again, I have, because I can understand it, but I do have questions because of what happened on Raw with the King of the Ring tournament, right? So, just to go into the Brock and Ober match,
Different match completely from WrestleMania, for
yeah,
sure.
you made Ober look like an absolute beast,
Yeah.
and dominate the beast at WrestleMania. You put him on the pedestal. You kind of knocked him. You kind of knocked a piece of the pillar out. I wouldn't say you've completely taken him off, but you've knocked a piece of this pillar down so he doesn't stand as tall as he should. But you still made him look good because of, again, this was 6 minutes, it says, right?
Yeah, it was a very quick match.
You could have had the whitewash. You could have had Brock do exactly what he did, 7 or 5, 4 F5s, and then win, and then it was done within a minute and a half.
Yeah.
But having Ober withstand,
yeah, the first
still makes him
5. The first 5, yeah.
Still makes him look like an absolute unit and still makes him look strong. So that's why I say I mulled over it. Okay.
Sure.
I was pretty pissed at the way that it went down, but having mulled over it, I understand it more. And like you mentioned, it sets up the third because Brock going, oh, it's 1-1 and whatever after it. Fine. But you did get the sequence. You did have an Ober turnaround slightly without him kicking out of everything initially.
He withstood after I think it was the third or fourth F5. Brock got yelled at by Paul Heyman to put him in the Kimura. He withstood that Kimura for also
got up
at least the third of the match,
yeah,
at least 2 minutes, which was
got
great.
up.
It was very impressive. Yeah, lifted him up.
That's in itself like he okay.
So like feet of strength there. That's crazy.
Slammed him down.
Yeah, that's when he had his little rally, which was great.
And then it kind of ended. They obviously ended up outside the ring.
Yeah, another F5 through the table.
And again, here, this is where you say it, where you mentioned before taking liberties and the ref must do their job. They were outside the ring for a fucking age.
9,000 years.
And then when Brock rolls in the ring, then he goes, count. They're both out the ring. Count when they're both out the ring.
Consistency, my dude. That's all I've been asking for from these refs.
So, like, again, like that takes a stain for me. But again, what made it good was, or you got that hype from it, was he gets to whatever it was, 7, and Ober stands up. And
yeah, not like stumbles up. He gets up straight. He's like, oh, I can't believe I went through a table. I'm really upset about that specifically.
Yeah. He gets up, like, he just stands up and he's got this look on his face. And you just see it in Paul, you see it in Brock.
Yeah, Brock looked terrified after that, which is great.
Yeah.
Again, well done.
Gets in, go through the motions of Brock dominating again, hits him with like another 2 F5s or whatever it is.
Yeah, at one stage, Ober did get him up for the
he did get him
grace,
up,
and then they reversed it into an F5, which then that was the 6th one. Then he did it one more time for the 7th, and then that finally put Ober down.
Yeah, which I think it must have just been like it would have just been exhaustion at that point. So he managed to wear Ober down rather than actually beat Ober outright.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think if you're gonna go this route to set up the SummerSlam match, fine. But it's getting no dubs from me.
No,
it was
it's not a dub. It's not a dub.
I did enjoy the match because it's Ober and Brock.
Yes.
Cool. And the spots were good. The story they told with all the F5s and trying to wear him to the Kimura lock, which I thought was a great little touch in it, was good. But I'm still not happy with the story and how they've decided to go about this specifically. Yeah, and that's the only reason it doesn't get a dub from me is because, again, I like this match a lot. It's probably ended up being my favorite match of the night, if I'm being honest. Purely because of the two who were in it. But man, I don't know. So it's
why I'm worried. I don't know why it should worry me, but they mention now. Are we getting the winner of King of the Ring. They said the winner of King of the Ring will go to SummerSlam, right? And I'm assuming King of the Ring then is done at Clash of Champions or Night of Champions, or whatever they're calling it this year. I'm assuming that's the final.
At Night of Champions, I believe it
Yeah.
would be, yes.
So the winner, they say, goes on to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
My issue then, and why I say it's a problem, is we had the Fatal 4-Way on Raw. So again,
Yes.
bringing this to Raw what we can.
Yeah, which had
You had
Penta, Carmelo, Oba, and fuck, who was the fourth guy? There's no disrespect to that person because that was
it was Solo, Melo,
Solo.
Oba, and Penta. Okay.
Penta. Now, also just to preface this, B-Rad, just before we carry on, I'm gonna give this a double dubs up. This match fucking kicked ass.
Yeah, it was fun. You know why? Because it was fun. They had a lot of
the great spots throughout. It was fast paced. It was awesome.
It was clever. Like everyone took out Oba.
Yeah.
And then you had Solo and Oba on the outside, and you had Penta and and you had Penta and Melo taking it on the inside. Fun to see, again, not on the same brand, but both rapid, both quick fire, both like at the bullet blocks. Solo, again, more on not the level, but on the same stature as Oba, like being a strong man, big guy, had to take him down. It had a lot of, like you say, had a lot of fun spots. We got a square off between Tolo Tonga and Obafemi. Tolo Tonga's in another bracket, right? So does that stay down give us something? Does it give us something? Does it not?
No, I don't think it does. I think that was just one of those things where it's a case of Solo was gonna come down and try and help Solo win, but this story was all about Oba is still this unbeatable monster, regardless of him losing to Brock the night before Clash in Italy. They tried everything to get Oba out of there, like you mentioned, like especially jumping him from the start, and they kept going back to try and keep him out of the way and making sure he was involved in the match. And he just overcame it all.
Yeah. So this is where it gets weird for me, right? Like I'm trying to understand the logic. Oba ends up winning. Okay, so he pins Solo, takes him out after some interference with Tolo Tonga, but he takes him out. Penta and Melo take each other out in the outside of the ring. Oba gets Solo up, fall from grace, wins it, right? So he picks up.
Solo.
He picked up. Sorry, it was Tolo that he picked up and threw him on the table, which looked like it hurt because he looked like he landed on the corner. By the way,
yeah, I mean,
of that corner of that table, like Tolo landed hard on.
Tolo's such a big dude, just like because of his lankiness, he couldn't get him like fully up. But yes,
looked cool. But then you had him lift Solo, drop him, fall from grace, win, and this is where they mention, the winner goes on to SummerSlam, right? So finals at Clash of Champions, Night of Champions, whatever we're calling it. Winner goes on to SummerSlam, but everyone is expecting Brock Oba at SummerSlam.
So I have a theory about that.
So if Oba loses, right, it's going to be because of some kind of interference in the final.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, I don't think he loses to whomever wins it from the other bracket, which is Mysterio, Breaker, Trick, Priest, which for me is not a bad match, but it's also, you've got like 3 crowd favorites there.
Well, I think what it's gonna be, right, is you'll have Braun Breaker go through there specifically because Trick is the champ on SmackDown, so he's not gonna go through the King of the Ring, I don't think. Mysterio has a shot at the Intercontinental title match with Penta now set up. This also happened on Raw officially,
and he's AAA champ.
And he's AAA. No, that's Dom Mysterio. Oh, you said Dom Mysterio. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sorry. Dom's the one who's in this match. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you said Ray. But anyway, Ray does have a Intercontinental title shot against Penta at some stage. So it's fine if Penta loses this match as well. He wasn't going to be King of the Ring.
No.
Right. So who are the other two? It's Braun Breaker and
Trick, Priest, Dom,
Priest.
Braun.
So Priest is not going anywhere near this. So Braun loses to Seth Rollins on Friday night, on Raw last night. Obviously, we'll chat about that a little bit later. So you kind of are going to push Braun that way. So this
Yeah.
is where you're going to get this interference. Paul Heyman's going to bring Brock in.
If for the semi-final match you're talking, yeah.
Yeah. I thought maybe it would happen in the final, like so whoever's on that side of the bracket, because it would probably be like a Seth Rollins going through to the final to be King of the Ring versus Oba, so it's like this whole thing, and then you'd have Brock come in, but that doesn't really track.
Yeah.
Whereas now you got Braun Breaker versus Oba. Paul Heyman's with Braun Breaker. Why? This is where you probably have that interference.
Yeah, yeah. So I can get on with that. It's just that all that means is I don't want to.
Well,
Again,
see,
you
I
had this.
think, and sorry,
We're gonna, getting if it looks like that, then it looks like we'll get Seth versus Braun, in my opinion, from the rest of the card at in the final, and it.
and I think this is where you crown Braun King of the Ring, so he's got something to hold up. Seth already got two victories over Braun at this stage, or like one, I can't remember, 2-1 at Mania.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just that just sort of makes sense to me in the sense of that's why they would do it that way. Because otherwise, what I thought they were going to do halfway through the match by like having Tyler face off with Oba, right, and have the other guys. It's like he doesn't take the pin, but he does get distracted on the outside, and then he can come back. And again, this doesn't do anything for Oba, so I'm glad they didn't go this route. But then he could have been like, well, I actually don't give a rat's ass about King of the Ring because we know I win. I'll beat anybody on this card, like with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
But it is because right after he won, Oba came out and said, Brock, don't forget it's 1-1 now. So
I'll see you down the line.
I'll see you down the line. So what you could have done there is have Oba not win this match, give it to Solo or someone,
Yeah.
For argument's sake, just for argument's sake in this sort of instance. And then Oba could come and be like, listen, I had that match won. If it wasn't for Tala and Penta and Carmelo all getting me out the ring, fine.
Oh yeah, I won. Yeah, okay,
I would have won. But it doesn't matter to me because King of the Ring is important right now. I'll win that next year. I'll win the John Cena Classic because again, how you bring out the John Cena Classic tournament that isn't really a tournament because you can vote for who you want, and then automatically have a tournament for King of the Ring right after makes zero sense to me. But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
You could have had that set up for the Oba Brock 3 match, right? But I think now what they're going to do is have Brock Oba in the semis. This way, Paul Heyman calls in Brock. We need Braun Breaker to win here. Take his ass out. You set up SummerSlam.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And again, like it's going to be SummerSlam where
this is going to be Korea versus Oba.
Yeah, it'll just be like this is the match, right? So it's probably better that route of what I was thinking. Obviously, if you get this, you can't get Oba go and win it because then you take Oba out of him fighting Brock, unless you want to then go say, fucking Brock's gonna go and take out Cody or find a way to beat Roman, and then you have Oba versus Brock, and it's title versus Korea.
Yeah. See, you know what they could have done as well?
Or like a title and career type match. Like
sure.
Brock loses, that's it. His career's done, and you put a strap on Oba.
Yeah.
But I think it's too soon to do that for Oba. I'd like to see him as a champion, but I think it's a weird way to make him champion.
Yeah.
So you're going with in the semi-final shenanigans with Braun needs to win, Brock costs him, Breaker goes to the final, we get Breaker Seth. Like you say, you make Breaker the next big star with King of the Ring. You then set up the Oba Brock match at SummerSlam. I'm fine with that. I can actually deal with it. And this is the thing, like this, I can deal with it now that we kind of know the brackets and you've talked that through. Like,
yeah,
I'll be honest, my mind didn't really go to that. My mind kind of just went, well, if Oba doesn't win King of the Ring, there's got to be something going on that he doesn't win it.
See, and I mean, but you could have gone another route completely with this because, again, like you're having all these fatal four-way matches, and I mean, there is quite a long time before SummerSlam, which I do get. But you could have like one fatal four-way now, a fatal four-way next week, and then you do that. So you have enough matches to get you all the way to SummerSlam. Why not put Brock in one of the brackets on the opposite side and at SummerSlam? It's King of the Ring versus Korea. Brock won King of the Ring before. You could have gone that route.
Okay.
He needs to still prove that he's King of the Ring. And Oba can become not only the guy who retired Brock Lesnar, but also King of the Ring. And then you can set up but you do that at SummerSlam. Not at Night of Champions. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You could,
yeah,
and I know like you don't want to book Brock on everything because it's Brock. So also that would have taken the full shine out of what he did on WrestleMania even more so. So I
yeah,
know why you're not doing that. But I do
yeah.
think even that would have been a better story to get those two to face off for the third time at SummerSlam. But I
Yeah.
digress.
Yeah, well, we have digressed a lot from what happened at Clash of Italy, but it's again relevant to what happened on Raw.
On
So
Raw,
let's
yeah,
just
yeah.
put it that way. So
Well, getting back to Clash in Italy, then we had also like I'm gonna give this a no doubt match, the
yeah,
Sol Ruka
and
Becky match.
yeah, I'd go with that. Like it wasn't horrible,
Ah,
and
no,
but it wasn't like fantastic. It was
it
literally
was
just for me. It
mid.
just felt like a match, like you
It
said.
it
You
was
said
it
like it
it
was
was
mid.
mid.
It was just a match, really.
Yeah. This could
I
have been
mean,
on any Raw. This could have been at anything. I mean, look, we had been discussing it for a while, especially after again, we're not going to call them botches because the first one slipped on the ropes, the second one, the timing with the ref was off, so you can't really call it that. But I was saying to Gozzy and I were chatting about it, that the one thing that Sol kind of needs to do is slow her roll down in the ring
yeah,
to make sure that when she hits that Soul Snatcher to win this title, she hits it. Because that's all we really want to see is a clean one like that, to get there.
yeah. She
Obviously, spoiler alert, she did hit it. She did win the title. But us saying she should slow down, we didn't mean throughout every move ever.
Yeah,
I
it's like
think that's the thing.
it's like she planned what move she rather than letting it just be a flowing wrestling match. It was
Yeah,
like, okay, I'll take my time in moving towards this move, or take my time in running towards this move, whatever it may have been. It she did control it,
mm,
which was the right thing to do,
sure.
but I feel she over controlled it in certain spots where she took that too much time.
I agree.
But I suppose it's better because we did see when she tried to rush it, she tried to do the handspring moonsault over the ropes. She flicked it. Luckily, it didn't cause her any damage and
Yeah,
it didn't actually take away from the spot. She didn't hit it as cleanly as she should have, or what we were expecting, but she still managed to do it and flow through without it interfering with the momentum, which is
sure.
fine.
Yeah,
Which is fine.
no
It
issues
just
with that.
and
Yeah.
Corey sold it really well. I think she just overdid it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, right
But yeah,
before that, she hit like a regular moonsault, and it looked incredible anyway. So
yeah, it was fantastic. So she can do it,
yeah,
and like I say, it was. And I think they were alluding towards another. Again, let's not call it a botch, but when she did the soul snatcher and Becky moved and dropped into the armbar, that was a smoother reversal, shall we say?
yes, yeah, yeah,
And it didn't
sure.
look like she botched it. It looked like Becky just
Drag her
scouted it.
into it. Yeah, for
She
sure.
knew what she was doing.
No, exactly, and that was good. I
So
like that they revisited the ref bump where Becky
yeah,
tried to do it again, and there was like Jessica Carl was like, "No, I got you this time." No, so at least we didn't get an actual ref bump in this, which was great.
yeah.
Um,
Jessica running out the ring to avoid being bumped.
yeah, it was great as well. MVP of the match was Jessica Carl,
I,
actually.
she carried that. She made it
Um,
flow.
And then
And again,
after the match, they also showed us swaggering down backstage, like looking at the crowd, being like, "Yeah, called that match. Becky
that's
can
me.
eat it."
That's
Yeah,
me.
that's at least Jessica Claus getting like a lot of face. They should put her in the Queen of the Ring tournament.
And again,
Um,
she's doing the like obviously Becky's doing her shtick where she's going online and she's Jessica Carr again cost me, and she was like you get her on X or whatever it is, and it's like
yeah,
oh so incompetent. Why was she not in the ring? She ran away. She cost me. Blah blah blah.
which is Becky.
We
That's
must
great.
be getting a Becky versus Jessica Carr type match at some point.
I don't know. Everyone's also been talking about Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce, manager versus manager for 2.5, 3 years now. So I don't think
Ugh,
we're gonna get it. I think this is just when you like what it like Bailey's feud with Michael Cole. you know,
fair,
they just fight each
fair
other
enough.
like online and like when they're in the vicinity of each other. But because one's not arrested, they don't do it. I would
Yeah,
love to see a match like that and bring it all the way back to like Attitude Era, Ruthless Regression days. But I don't see it happening,
nah. But
which I'm
I
fine with.
mean,
I'm not
so
mad
that
about
was
that.
so that match was 15 minutes, and to be honest, it felt there. It felt there.
Yeah, yeah. Again, it's they
It
were.
got to a point where it was like, hey, this is a little bit too much now.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
finish it
and
because of how it was, and then it did. So it
yeah.
didn't feel like we
But
were
then
begging for it to finish or begging for it to go on. It was like, okay, this kind of needs to finish now, and it did, and it felt probably just about the right amount of time.
Yeah, it didn't overstay its welcome at all.
No,
No.
I know. So again, like I said,
Yeah,
no dub. It
no
was just,
dabs. It's fine match. It's cool.
and we got Ruka the title, which is fine. I'm
Yeah,
good with that.
happy with that. Then we did see her on Raw as well. She came out being interviewed in the ring.
Yeah.
Short, sweet promo, the one that aired, they did it with Penta a little while ago. Like as soon as you win the championship, you come out, you thank the fans, you tell everyone you're a fighting champion. So she's also going to do kind of an open challenge kind of thing because we don't have
Yeah.
enough of those.
No, and I made note of that. I was like, another fighting champion. Yay.
Yeah, because they just don't have anything for baby faces in terms of, okay, what's your personality besides I'm a fighting champion? It could be literally anything else. Like, I like Pence's one where he goes looking for fights a little bit, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
But then they did it. But then again, like going to the Soul Ricket on Raw, she kind of did that as well. Because she was walking up backstage while Lyra and Bailey were giving an interview about the Queen of the Ring tournament, which they're both in. But they've also got a title shot coming up. Lyra goes back to NXT with Soul Ruckus. They have a bit of history. Lyra runs up to Soul Ruckus and was like, "Congrats! I'd love to see you for that championship." Soul Ruckus was like, "I bet, see you." And then Lyra completely just shook off Bailey and what she was talking about with the title match.
Blanked her.
So obviously we're going to set up that finally because that's also not been going on for 9 years.
No.
But yeah, so again, before Soul Ruckus on Raw, she's a fighting champion. She's going to face Lyra Valkyria, and I'm sure Becky won't get involved in any way, shape, or form there.
Yeah. Well, probably not.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Side note on that, I did like her little quip. You know, she's like, "Oh, I gave her my props to Becky. You know, without her, I wouldn't be the champ." Type thing. It's like, but did too much. You know, whatever. It's not just me saying it. Everyone's saying.
Yeah. The crowd didn't really get that one. I think the English.
I think they didn't really prop to it, but like it clicked with me. I was like,
there you go.
Little step, but it's fun.
I didn't mind that at all. But yeah, then we get to the main event, the Clash. Yeah, the Tribal Combat.
So, do you want to know how long the match went on for?
If I had to guess, I'd say like 20 minutes odd. It felt
27 minutes apparently.
It felt like that. Does that include entrances?
No, so that's the thing, is that's not including entrances. That was 27 minutes because, again, even Jacob took his sweet ass time getting to the ring.
I get it. I get the gravitas of the big match. But Tribal Combat doesn't have that like aura that some like a Hell in a Cell has, you know?
No. And if you're gonna give it a specific name,
it has to have a look to it.
It's got to give it, yeah, like you say, it has to have an aura, it has to have a look. When he's coming to the ring, have stuff around there that's supposed to be
tribal.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like I know I make jokes about it all the time. Like, oh, it should be a Punjabi prison match. It's a terrible match. I know that. You know that. Everybody watching knows this. But you know what it looks like because it's got those 10,000 bamboo sticks all over the place.
Give me some oofalafas surrounding the ring.
Yeah, or like, you know,
I take the piss with that because LA Knight's great.
But I hear you because like in an Inferno match, you put flames around the ring. Sure, you can have some like tiki torches and shit.
Or just even like instead of like having, well, not have instead of, but having like Don around the ring, you have like ulafalas just like
all around the ring. They can drape around, yeah.
Just so we know that this is a tribal combat match.
Yeah, well,
don't make it feel like a normal match.
Like anything, you know, like I don't know, just a specific weapon that's used like within that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, whatever. Like also, just
in a Texas bull rope match, you get a Texas bull rope. You know?
Exactly. So let me feel like it's tribal combat. Give me something that makes me realize this is a tribal combat match. I don't see people walking out with. I don't see a ladder match, and then you see chairs everywhere, and I'm going, "Oh, it's a chairs match," or it's a TLC.
No,
it's like, no, it's a ladder match. I know what I'm looking at. TLC, you'll get tables, ladders, chairs surrounding the ring.
Even with a lot of street fights, I mean, they don't do it very much in WWE anymore. But at least you know the guys like they don't wear general in jeans and with trash cans. Cool.
Yeah, they come out with a trash can with a kendo stick and with like chains and
barbed wire. Always a stop sign.
Whatever. Just you knew it was a street fight.
Yeah, and like this didn't have that. It's Tribal Combat is a glorified street fight. It's a glorified non-DQ match.
And
That's all it is.
I
Anyway,
mean,
again, we
by the way,
digress. Because
20
if they can take 25 minutes to get to the ring and have a 30-minute match, I'm not a bitch about the ring not looking correct, I think.
exactly, and I'm with that because you gave me a 27-minute match, which felt so long.
This felt like forever. This was so long. And again,
Irrespective of it, I'm actually just gonna say like no dub on this. Again,
I'm gonna say a dub down, man. This
no,
sucked.
not a dub. You're saying not a dub.
I'm saying less than a
I
dub.
can, I can, I can, I can go with that. I can go with not a dub because, like, I was just gonna say no dub because it just didn't give me the aura of a Street Fight. But I can give you not a dub because of
I mean, for
the
me, it's bordering on definitely not a dub.
and
That's how
know,
boring I found this match, dude. Like it
yeah, and
was.
it just there wasn't anything to if, and I'm genuinely trying to rack my brain here. There's nothing that I can really think of as stand out in this.
No, I mean, even when you came to like the Tongan Death Grip, which is again what the story was all around. I think Jacob tried it like twice. You know, he didn't get it right
Yeah, but
away, right at the start, and then halfway through he tried it again, and it worked a little bit, but it didn't really work. You
no,
know,
and then that's when like Roman worked on the hand to take it out of play.
which I mean, okay,
I
fine,
get the
I get,
psychology
yeah.
behind that. I get the intelligence behind Roman doing that.
But
Okay.
you've also got two goons behind you in Jay and Jimmy Uso, and you've been attacking this dude for weeks. Why don't you start with that?
Or again, if Tribal Combat anything goes, why are they not out supporting him?
Exactly. I mean, I honestly expected
I don't
because the match had
didn't
gone
want
on
them.
because the match had gone on so long. I thought we'd see a run in at some stage. You know, even have them considering the stakes. Again, this goes back to what the match should look like. Have them at ringside, standing like bodyguards overlooking the whole
Yeah,
match.
just
You know,
have Roman be like,
you wait, chat, see
don't
who
you don't
wins.
do any you don't do anything I tell you to do
Yeah,
something. If it's
yeah, but
Tribal Combat,
have them out
you're
there.
fighting. And you're supposed to be the guy in charge. It's like don't do anything until I get there.
Yeah,
Don't do anything until I tell you what to do. You just
exactly.
need to sit back, relax. If Jake looks like Jacob's taking control, he's earning it.
Yeah, you stay out of this, 100%. Again, give us something more there, you know. But we didn't get that. Look, I mean, and then you had the typical spots. You know, you had the spears, you had the rally from Jacob, you had Roman Reigns doing his thing. Eventually, Jacob
Got
does
another
hit
drive by.
the.
I love the drive by. I love the drive by. But I
It's a
got
great
it. But I
move.
got a drive by, and I'm probably one of the only people who will lose my shit for the drive by. Right? I love it as a move.
I get it. I mean, we are seeing a lot more lately than we have in many years, so it's good to see it back, which is great. And he pulls it out of his bag in big matches, so I mean, I like it. But we also then we get the three-quarters of the way through the match, we finally get Jacob hitting the moonsault, which was always fun to see. That's also a great move. I mean, he looks so
Yeah.
good doing it. And then we got the old bloodline dick punch kick out,
Oh
which
yeah.
I rolled my eyes so badly. I thought my contact lenses were gonna fall out, my dude. It was
I was
hectic, man.
like,
Because as he's getting
I
the
was just
one,
like
two, I'm
this.
like, how's he gonna kick out of this one? And he went boom right to the penis.
So,
So I was like, oh, cool. Roman's winning this one.
mm.
Talk about a
Yeah,
dead
it
giveaway.
wasn't. Yeah, it felt like I say it was a bit labored in the way that it
What's the
went.
name? I mean, I did like that too. After because again, they had a little bit more of a tussle after that. Seeing Jay and also, goddamn, the amount of Superman punches we saw in this match.
Oh yeah, that was a bit excessive.
Like you want to tell me like we saw 7 F5s from Brock Lesnar, which is excessive, but it was kind of needed to put over Femi down. We must have seen about 8 Superman punches.
The one thing I did like to see as well was also I liked seeing when Roman was hitting him at some point when you're expecting him to be dead. He did his whole crazy Samoan werewolf thing, and it's like, okay, we haven't had that since he kind of really first joined.
Sure. Yeah, no, that was good.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like
like his whole
he
cut.
was
Yeah, I get
his
it.
whole thing was literally like he was supposed to no sell everything because he was supposed to be this dominant figure, and then he started becoming a wrestler.
Yeah.
This I
Sort of
thought
lost
was
that
okay, cool.
edge.
Yeah, this I thought was okay, cool. This is where he gets it back. Like this is the match that forces him to be that indestructible force that he was brought in by Solo to be.
Yeah.
No selling things, literally just whipping ass, wrecking shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you. And then but
And
we
then he
only
just
saw a little bit of it. And then yeah,
no, and then obviously Roman did his shtick with the turnbuckle, and
Yeah, both turnbuckles. Yeah. That was fine, I guess.
I mean,
Seeing Jacob hitting the spear. Oh man, he hit a
yeah, it was,
mean spear. He hit a
and it was
really
like
mean
a Bobby
spear.
Lashley spear because it was like
Yeah,
the
he
spear
yeah
rolled
he
through.
flips through it, which it always I think it always looks so much cooler when they flip through it. You
Yeah,
know,
it
because it
does.
just seems like the impact is so much harder that it flipped them both up. So that was cool.
I mean, we get it
Sure.
occasionally from Breaker when he's doing the
Yeah.
ramp run.
Yes.
He'll
Yeah.
do that.
I think that's just to protect his neck more than anything
Yeah,
else.
because he's running at 27 miles an hour, or whatever it is they clock.
Yeah, exactly. Chat. So obviously, yeah. Sorry, that's when we got the moonsault, the punch to the dick kick out. Yeah, turnbuckles, spear through the table in the corner. I
Nice
forgot about
touch.
that actually. It was a nice touch. Because I
And
was
then
wondering
another,
like that. I mean, they brought that table out quite early on in the match and just never used it. And I was
yeah,
like, I mean, I know they will at some stage, but yeah,
when
through it in the corner is always fun spot because it does
one,
explode, which
one
is
thing I
great.
laughed at, when they did end up going out like early on, right? Okay, that was like the closest thing that it came to sort of being like a tribal combat type thing, taking it round the ring.
Mm.
When he got to the concession stand, he was just throwing shit into the crowd. I thought, how funny is it if you're watching this, like if you take your eye off the screen, because clearly you're not seeing down to where they are at that point.
Yeah,
And then next thing you know, you just get hit in the face with a box of hot dogs or whatever it was that
that'd be
he threw.
hilarious.
I thought I started giggling to myself thinking, imagine being that person who's not actually paying attention and just get whacked
See,
in the face.
I'd be stoked. I'd be like, oh, free hot dog, duh.
But I mean, I digress. I like again. That was just like one piece where that just felt like
Yeah,
that was
I can
more
see
of
it,
the
man. You
character.
have some dude walk into his chair with a couple of beers, like, sorry, excuse me, he's not paying attention to the match or the
Bang!
screen. Just
Gets
make
wiped
us
out
fall.
by the hot dog.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, so Roman gets the 1, 2, 3. He retains. We did call that. Not that we didn't do a predictions episode, obviously, but there were
He's the
reports
champ.
that Jacob might be injured, but also after I never really thought they crowned Jacob at that stage. The heat from this feud evaporated real quick. I think they dragged it out too long.
Mm.
And yeah,
And
I don't know, dude. Trouble not a dub. It's not a dub for me, man. This match just wasn't it.
yeah, I mean, like I say, it's just because of what it was. I have no dub, but I am leaning towards not a dub. Like I can lean into it. But like again, so we got the weird there as well. You got Jacob. Fair enough. Did his due diligence.
Yeah,
Jay and Jimmy came out.
like join us. You said.
So came out. He kneeled down to Roman, whatever.
Oh, sorry. Just to go back, but so also after the match, Jay was
I know they were
yelling.
saying it's like come,
Yeah,
come.
but like then the reason he didn't go with him right away was because the MFTs were out in the crowd as well. So
Yeah,
more
which is
bloodline stuff. So anyway, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, Jacob bent the knee. Never seen that. I don't recall ever seeing that in the bloodline. But okay, cool.
no, like yeah, okay, and obviously I jumped forward a bit, but this is obviously on Raw where it
Yeah.
like opened the segment for us. Again, I have to hop on this because this is like 4 weeks in a row now.
Who's the title boy?
Dude, what the is going on here? He is a champion. Why does he not have this title himself? This is his pride and joy.
No,
I
it's
get
not.
it with
It's below him. That's the whole point.
fair, but I still get the thing of, but the thing is, you are a champion, even if it was created to take away from your dominance with the other title. You are a champion. You want to elevate this title and make it relevant and make it on par. Treat it with that respect.
But he doesn't want to do that.
I know he doesn't, but if you are going to be the champion on this retrospect, do that. I know he doesn't want to, but if you're going to play this card and be a champion and be head of the table still and be OTC, show that this title is then better than the heavyweight one. Make it relevant. Don't make it feel like it's a second thing.
Well, I hear where you're coming from, Gozzy. I really, really do, and I agree with you 100%. But this does open up a huge opportunity now. It really does, because yes, Jacob bent the knee, and I'm gonna say that because he did. It's like, okay, you got Ken Roman, and he literally got down and kneeled in front of him. It was weird. I don't recall. Like you just say, I acknowledge you. Everyone else has just done that, but whatever. I digress there. But you have had weeks and weeks and weeks of Roman not carrying his title. You know how you get Jacob in line. Now you make him carry your title for you.
Fine. I can get with
At
that.
least that builds into the story
I
a
can
little
get
bit.
with that because he made Paul Heyman do that, right? So he made
Yeah.
the wise man carry himself. But that didn't mean that it's no less relevant because he never carried that title. Just stop having some random douche from
That's
the
what
back
I
bring you
agree.
your title.
But like I said, if he's gonna keep doing that, stop doing that because it's stupid. I hate it. Except making fun about it because that's is fun. But make Jacob do it now. But make like you are now the title boy. That's what you do, Jacob. Until you actually fully like get like, yeah, you've said you've acknowledged me. I've been down the road 1,000 times with these two oaks, being Jimmy and Jay. Until you learn your lesson about where you stand in this group, you carry the title.
Yeah.
You didn't win it, so I'm going to make you hold it. Do that,
Fair.
you know.
Yeah.
But at least then it's
And,
relevant, and then
then we
like
got
you can
that,
keep the wheels turning in Jacob's mind for a turn at some stage. I don't know.
and then we got that weird interaction. Oh, like you got that whole thing with in the ring where Jacob told Jay like, "Oh, in fairness, in all respects, whatever it is, like not all respects, but like I didn't lose to you,
Yeah,
so like shut up type thing. Like
which was
you keep
great.
your mouth shut because he was treating him like shit, like a dog."
Yeah, he was.
And
Yeah,
he was like, because he was like, but he's got the big mouth and stuff now. But Jacob was like, "Nah, I didn't lose to you. Lose to him. I lost to
yeah.
him.
So you shut your
So you
you shut your
shut your
bitch
mouth."
ass mouth up. I'll fight. I'll beat you up game.
And then obviously you get that backstage segment where Roman's like, "Okay, yeah, you're in this King of the Ring tournament. Go get that other title.
Yeah, but
Go make it relevant.
go talk to Jacob first or something as well.
Yeah, whatever. Like, and then it was like, go get that. But Jimmy, no, you need to chill with me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
I don't know where it's
that was
going.
a weird, bizarre interaction in my eyes.
It was because it didn't lead to anything really.
Oh,
It didn't set up anything. It's yeah. I mean, we've watched 6 years of the Bloodline doing stuff backstage where like even when they don't do anything, it sort of had some sort of relevance to it.
yeah.
Whereas this was a case of okay, so is Roman already conniving with Jimmy about something else? Surely you would send Jimmy, not the hothead, after Jacob. I don't know. I don't know. It was also dumb. Again, I've said it forever
I don't think
now. I'm
Jesus.
so over the Bloodline, dude.
I
I
don't think
don't care.
Jesus. I don't think Jay's is popular in like if you and you've seen it now because people weren't asking for Yeats. People they haven't brought Jay out as a solo. They haven't done all that stuff. I don't think he's as popular in Europe as he is in America. So it's
No.
really tough to gauge it for him there.
Well, that's the thing, because I mean, like, let's be real. The European crowd is more a fan of like wrestling itself, like the proper like hardcore wrestling side of things.
Yeah.
Whereas the American crowd is more about the entertainment side of things, which is fine. Like, there's no right or wrong in this equation.
Oh no, absolutely
But
not.
obviously, when you go overseas, like you're not gonna get that reaction if you're like not a great wrestler. And we know Jay's not. He's a good wrestler. I'm not taking anything away from the dude.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
no,
he's
I didn't see a single person want to yeet with the yeet man.
so
So there you go.
yeah. Overall, I mean,
Yeah, so
we'll
I
come
mean,
to whatever happened on Raw, but Clash was
that was
just
Clash. Yeah.
no.
And we could just if we just want to run through a little bit more of the Raw that happened. LA Knight
I
got
mean,
into Adam Pearce's face a bit about the whole bloodline thing again.
I did laugh. I did giggle at that little segment because he was pointing at it. He was like, oh, what's
It's
this?
like,
And then he
oh,
picks his hand up like he's
I thought
acknowledging
that was
Roman.
absolutely funny. I laughed at that. I was like,
Again,
nice.
botching Ufalafa and
Yeah.
whatever. Like, he's done it on purpose now. Previously, that was just a mistake. Like, that
Yeah,
was
and
human
outside
on
he's
himself.
leaning into it,
This
which
is
is
like,
great.
fine, I made a mistake, but
Yeah,
I'm going with
roll
it
with it. Roll
because.
with it. You have to. Yeah.
So it was a fun little thing.
Shoes of a champion. So that was a good little backstage segment. I still don't know what they're gonna do with LA Knight.
No,
So that
but
was a bit
again,
weird.
it's well, I think it leans into that corner of the bracket where you've got J, LA, Keys, and Finn. That one,
Well, I want Keys
you
to win
probably
that, obviously.
I want now. This is where this is where the relevancy thing comes in, isn't it? Or like not relevancy, favoritism. I want Keys to win that, but surely, for match purposes, for a semi-final, you give it to Finn. Because let's be honest, Seth, Javon, Tyler Tonga, Ricky Saints. Okay, again,
Seth.
could be a fun match. Could be a fun match. But if Seth's going to win that, I'd like to see Seth and Finn, and then it comes down to Seth and Finn. They're two original guys for the Universal Championship, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the whole relevancy, again, for me, that's where relevancy comes back. They put on a banger of a match.
See, I can see that happening.
And Seth works hard, still wins, but he works hard to beat Finn. But you keep Finn relevant more than if he just loses that match, or he's not one who doesn't get pinned. For the fun of it, I'd love to see Keys win that.
See, I don't know that could go so many because I want Keys to win because I think he needs to be pushed at this stage, right?
Yes.
I want Finn to win something. He's one of my all-time favorites, right? You know how much I love Finn Balor.
Yep.
But they moved him to SmackDown with not even a proper on-screen thing. You know?
Fair.
So in terms of his relevance, I can't see that happening. And then going back to the well of him versus Seth, they won't. I don't think they'll do it again because he had his opportunity to finally put that to bed, and Finn lost again because they don't want him as a champ he's at this stage he's the steady hand. You know, like if you need a great wrestler in the ring to elevate. So now
Yeah.
I would love to see. I would love to see maybe after Braun losing to Seth, like also interfering that kid in the ring match, let Javon win it, you know, and push him through. But again, we said earlier on in this episode how well at least you know how I think it'll go down to the final because I do think Seth makes it there. But yeah, I mean, look, I agree with you, but I think just for funsies, I want Royce Keys to win this, and I'm sorry, Finn, man, they just don't care about you. Leave, go somewhere where you're appreciated.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good in the sense of you get Finn. They finally taken him away from this whole Judgment Day shit. Putting him on SmackDown literally separates him.
Yeah, which is great.
Literally separates him, which is perfect because he needs to just be off.
Yeah, just something different, you know. Like
irony is, you now have the original members of the Judgment Day all on SmackDown.
That's also true. That's also very true.
Weirdly, but I'm just saying. But yeah, it does set up some interesting pieces there for me. Like again, I would like to see Keys win it, but you know,
yeah, we'll see we'll see when we get there though, because I mean, again, there's a lot of working parts on that side of the bracket now.
Yeah, but it's so hard. Like, so obviously next week on Raw we'll get the Dom Bron trick.
Yeah.
Damien match. That's where I'm feeling it happens, because I think this. Let's be honest. That's just the way that I see it happening. Because obviously this Friday night on SmackDown, they're going to have one of the other ones, and then the other one will be on the other SmackDown. Yeah. Because if they're aiming to do King of the Ring final at Night of Champions, which is the end of the month, they have to literally run this every week.
Yeah, exactly. No, they'll have to, especially considering you have Queen of the Ring also happening on that night as well.
Yeah, so they're going to literally run these simultaneously.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see where it goes because of it being fatal four-ways rather than multi-brackets of 2 versus 2, like 1 versus 1 and then another one. They've obviously condensed it in the sense of, we have to actually get it going now because I think they fucked up the timing.
I think so too. It does seem very much like that. They haven't done fatal four-way brackets in a very long time, and this is specifically like, oh shit, Night of Champions is in less than a month. Like
this is what happens. This is what happens when you put too many shows within a period of time with each other. I genuinely think they fucked up the timing. And went, okay, cool, we're gonna have to kind of rush these.
Yeah, I mean, they should have started this tournament bracket like before Backlash started.
Also, why are we having SmackDown and Raw Superstars in Fatal 4-Ways? Why are we not just having the Raw Superstars on one show and the SmackDown stars on their show, and then you have the final? You can pick one.
Yeah,
you can pick whichever show for the final.
I don't know.
And you have a SmackDown versus a Raw Superstar. You don't just over egg it, because you get Oba, Braun, Seth. That's 3 Raw. Like those are our predictions of those who go through to those who move forward. That's 3 Raw Superstars. You're unintentionally saying, which everyone
we've always known.
Always know. You're going, Raw is the dominant brand.
Yeah.
If you have a Raw and a SmackDown portion, Then you go, let's see which one is better in that
Yeah,
final.
and they've
And
done
then
that
you
in the
can push Raw
past.
to win it. You can push Raw to win it. Who
That's
cares?
fine. Yeah,
But
exactly.
having 3 Raw superstars win when you're going, oh, it's 2 Raw and 2 SmackDown in each of the Fatal 4-Ways,
No, I agree, dude. I 100% agree.
it just does not sit right with me in that
Sure.
sense.
No, I feel that. I 100% feel that. I mean, sticking to the Fatal 4-Ways, we did also get the first Queen of the Ring one. On this. Also, this was, I mean, yeah, Julia, Io Sky, Lash Legend, Roxanne Perez. Now, obviously, this was a great match. Really enjoyed this Fatal 4-Way as well.
You
The
happy?
no, I wanted Lash Legend to win.
Thank you. I wanted Lash to win. But again, it's because this is the easy way to push Lash into a fight, into a match, a championship match with Rhea. Like, this is not a cop out,
No,
but this is the smoothest way to get her into that picture.
no, but you want to have Io
And
Rhea.
you,
I know you do. I know you do, WWE. I know that's what you want.
what, so we can have Io beat Rhea again, and Rhea is now like 5-0 against Io Sky?
Probably. Who else? I mean, okay,
Oh, and
so I mean,
sorry, 0-5.
I don't,
We
I
have
don't,
Io who's
I don't
5-0.
have the. Well, no, this is where you get the duck off of the back at this stage.
Okay, yeah.
You
So you
know.
have a, but I don't want to see Io go over to SmackDown and start another feud.
No,
Like, it's fun
but
to
she
see
won't.
friends.
This will be a SummerSlam match. So you give Io Queen of the Ring, which would be very deserved. Don't get me wrong, very
Yeah,
deserved for her, sure.
yeah,
Then you get Io versus Rhea. Io is still Queen of the Ring after that, but then Rhea gets that win over Io. They're still best friends because they had a great match, like they always do.
yeah.
And then Io can go at Liv Morgan and finally gives Liv Morgan something to do because she's doing fuck all.
Fair. But like, I did enjoy the match, but I'm with you. I wanted Lash to win that. I don't think I need to see.
No, because
And I know you love Io,
I
and
love
Io is
Io.
great. Io is a
Yeah,
great wrestler,
but
but I
you
want something fresh.
well that's then, and this is also this comes into you saying that they fucked up with the timing a little bit on these tournaments because you easily could have had a built-in championship match for Liv Morgan to give her something to do, and you take Io out of that equation completely. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
can't like 100% you could have done that because then she doesn't have to be in Queen of the Ring. She already has a match at SummerSlam with Liv or at Night of Champions or whatever. Then you
yeah,
could have pushed someone like Lash Legend a bit forward, you know. But
yeah,
because you're rushing this and you need big marquee matches for SummerSlam, you kind of have to get like your top superstars there quicker. And I think this is where they fucked up on it. And again, I love Io more than probably everyone else in this match, to be honest. I do love Lash, and I love Julia. Roxanne was there too. Good for you, Roxanne. You didn't do shit. And I'll tell you what, WWE, keep hinting at Roxanne leaving the Judgment Day for another 9 years. I know I
yeah.
say 9 years a lot, but if that's how long it feels, man. This is
Just like
7 years
just like you did
7
with
years until
Finn. Just like you did with Finn.
yeah, exactly. Just tease it and tease it and tease it until no one actually gives a rat's ass.
So
Like right now.
let's on that. Let's just actually keep with it quickly, and and then we can finish off whatever happened on Raw. But let's just stick with the women's
Oh,
brackets.
that's everything on roll, basically. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, you had see. Okay,
Well,
let's
obviously,
just
yeah. If that's all I wrote down there, like was. But
yeah,
if you
that's fine.
got anything,
That's fine.
please, yeah.
No, we'll come. We'll finish off with any small fun things or whatever is left. But let's just actually stay with this, finish off strong with this, and then
Sure.
we can say something. But on that same side of the bracket now, so you've got Io winning. You have Bailey, Raquel, JC Jane, Kiana James. If JC Jane doesn't win this,
I'm pissed. I'm gonna be pissed, dog.
I will be so angry.
She
You're
has to
pushing
win
her,
that.
and if she doesn't win it, then she needs to be the next person in Rhea Ripley's sights, and that needs to be its own little feud.
It has to be because like
If she doesn't win this, and this is the fast track for her to get there. So like she beats want her to win, and she meets Io. She beats Io, Rio's friend, makes it to the final.
makes sense. Makes sense. You could have the rest of Jason's group, Fatal Influence, take Io out. That'd be great.
Like
The
yeah,
heat would be
like
crazy on that.
give Rhea something to fight for. And again, it's nice that they're on different brands, but you can keep that friendship relevant
Yeah.
without making it the main storyline. Like it's shit. I actually want you. Like
Yeah.
Rhea's kind of going, I want you to win this tournament because I want to take you down.
Yeah. You beat me
You
four
you beat me.
times. This is
You
not gonna happen again.
no, you've taken out my best friend or whatever. That's
Yeah.
it. I need to take you out now. But fine, I can deal with that as long as it's JC Jane who wins. Bailey or Raquel, no. And the only reason you would have one of them, and I wanted Raquel to win the Elimination Chamber because we obviously had our fantasy booking of her taking on Liv or
Yes,
whatever.
that would have been great. Yeah, but that ship has sailed. That ship is long
Has
past.
gone. Kiana, solid wrestler,
Love Kiana.
but no.
No, she was never going to win this. It's that's filling up the space, really. No offense.
Bailey, that's going to go into the Lyra thing. So let's be honest, she's not winning that. It's only going to be for me between Raquel and JC Jane. JC Jane's got to win it, and
Yeah.
I'm not. You give me anything else, I'm done.
Well, look, I mean, the only argument you can make here is that it sets up Raquel Liv, but that's such a terrible story to tell now. What you should do is have Raquel lose. So both of the Judgment Day members, Roxanne and Raquel, lose, and you have Liv stomping around in the back, being, I'm the champ, and I'm going to win the tournament. Let her get all the way to the final, you know. But this is also where you can branch out Raquel and Roxanne and not help her. Not break up. I'm not saying they have to break up at this stage. Not help her. She wants to be so high and mighty and how much better she is than everyone else. Cool. So the only other way, us, you know, and then that way JC gets through nice and clean. You could even have if Fatal Influence get involved in this match.
I have no issue with that. And to help her win, I have no issue with that.
Have Liv,
in this circumstance,
and then have Liv not come out to help, but only Roxanne. Liv, where were you? Oh no, I was
that internal animosity.
Stuff. Yeah, there you go. Cool.
Like that.
JC has to win this, dude. She has to.
She has to win on that side of the bracket. That match there. It literally, we've written it. Okay, we're probably wrong because we know WWE, but we've written that.
I keep telling you, man. We write down these stories for WWE to read them and be like, this is really good. Let's not do that.
No. So then you go to the other side of the bracket, and we will come to that specifically last, because I think there's probably more to say about it. But let's go Ruka, Valkyria, Flair, Cargill. Again, Ruka Valkyria has set up its own internal thing. Ruka's now Soul's the Intercontinental Champion. She doesn't need to win this.
No, she won't. Becky will get involved in some capacity.
Some way. So you've got two internal fights here, right? Yeah. Within this fatal four-way. So you've got Cargill versus Charlotte.
Yeah, they got beef.
You've got Soul Ruka versus Lyra, who are taking each other on for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
I think now that Rhea's gone 2-0 against Jade, I don't really need to see Jade a third time. And not that I don't want to, I don't think we need to see it a third time.
No. And didn't Jade win Queen of the Ring last year? Or was that Nia? I can't remember who won last year.
No, Nia won the year before. Was not last year, not Liv.
Because... No, that's why she's in it this year. I think Jade won it already. I think she won Queen of the Ring last year with Gunther.
Oh, yeah, could have been. Yeah, could have been.
I'm like 90% sure.
Sure, yeah, no. So I don't need to have a back-to-back, if I'm honest with you.
And I'd like to see Charlotte go through. Obviously, she's one of the long-standing wrestler on WWE. Yeah. She's really good. You could get her to the final, give whoever beats her, if she were to lose that also gives like a massive notch in your belt, like you beat Charlotte Flair, 14-time world champion.
Yeah, so and again,
if you push, Charlotte there.
I don't mind having Charlotte being pushed now to have relevance in the solo picture, in the sense of for the Queen of the Ring. Sorry,
sure, she's the
queen.
Know what I mean?
She is the queen. Let her go. Actually, you know, if you're building this friendship with Charlotte and Rhea, because you saw the video of Charlotte carrying Rhea out and like, this is my girl type thing. Again, it's another side. I want to see JC win this and go to take on Rhea, right? But if you have Charlotte coming in from the other end, I don't mind it, because then if they've just become friends and they've just worked together,
now they got to fight each other.
There's a bit of friction there. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. I can see it working. As long as they get it right. Again, would want to see JC win this.
Yeah,
but
that is a layup. I mean, that is an easy way to tell a good story quickly or
she ends up so you have Charlotte win this. Say she makes it to the final, fights JC. Charlotte and Rhea are now friends. JC now beats Io to get to the final, and she beats Rhea's newest friend, Charlotte, in the final to take her on.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. That's great. Okay. Love that.
You can have that. Like, if she's beaten both of her friends, now she's got to prove herself, and I think JC needs to have the Rocket. Just like I wanted Lash to have the Rocket, but
But
again, that's past now.
and
But
we said it a few episodes ago, even I think the previous episode that we did for Raw and SmackDown. WWE are doing that thing where now JC came in with her group with massive heat and they starting to let it dip. Now you got to push that fire. You got to
this
stoke
is
it.
where
You
you
got to
get her
stoke
keep.
it.
This is where you keep it going.
Yeah, this is where you stoke that fire. This is where you're making it an inferno. This is where you get heat.
Because if you have, you can still have JC again consistently use fatal influence to win these matches
Yeah, that's
against
fine.
Io, against Charlotte,
Yeah,
whatever. If you know you
again,
work towards that. So
I don't care if JC wins that way as long as she wins. That's
yeah,
it. That's the thing.
keep that heat, like you
Yeah,
say, keep that heat, keep that fire going, fuel it
yeah, it's
any way you
great.
can.
No, that's it writes
So
itself. That's
I'm
great.
with you. I want
Yeah.
Flair to win that match.
I
Okay.
think from a storytelling perspective, I think that makes the most sense for sure.
Yeah. And then we come to that fatal four way, which is again set up in a weird. So you've got Liv. She's a champion.
Yeah.
Becky, Alexa, Chelsea.
So I can tell you this right now. Alexa eats that pin. For sure.
Chelsea's not winning.
No.
And if she does, only way I want to see Chelsea win this is some sneaky, bizarre way of winning. Like if she wins it, I don't think she does. I don't think she will. I don't want her to. But if she does, I want it to be some bizarre way of winning. You know, I remember when she had this with that weird gimmick and
sure,
she had.
I know what you mean, but I just don't see
I
that.
don't see
Like,
anything.
look,
She's just there
I
to be a
don't see.
filler, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I can see somehow Tiffy getting involved with Blake Monroe because they have their own little trio thing going on at this stage.
Yeah,
I can't see. I see Alexa eating this pin as per usual because they treat her like that for some reason, even though she's fucking Alexa Bliss. So because she's not going to be in this title picture whatsoever. Becky is going to straight up go after. I think this is the most clear cut one, really, because Becky's going to go straight after Sol Ruka and like Lyra now because they have their own built-in thing, right?
yeah.
Who does that lead?
Yeah, but if you really so you've taken that title of Becky now, the Intercontinental, and I liked her there. I think now you could probably put her back towards main title picture. Okay,
Sure,
so I could see Becky winning this.
I can see it.
And then the way that I see that is obviously, like you say, if Raquel doesn't win and Liv doesn't come out to help Raquel, so that match should be the next fatal four way, in my opinion. Because if Roxanne comes to help and Liv doesn't, like you say, it builds this animosity. Liv doesn't win. She then goes, "Why didn't you come and help me? Why did you not? We're a family. Why were you not helping me?" And then you have Raquel and Roxanne going, "Where were you helping us?"
Yeah, we didn't help
Roxanne.
Yeah,
you can do this from within, right? Like
sure.
Again, you didn't help. None of us helped Roxanne, but Roxanne tried to help me because she wants this relevancy. You didn't do shit for us. So you could have Liv lose this for the implosion of the Judgment Day, have Becky win it to go on face a nemesis in Charlotte, which would be a good match.
Yeah, always a good match that.
And you stop maybe angling her towards being in towards the one of the women's heavyweights or the women's world title picture.
Yeah,
because she's on Raw,
because it does need to be bolstered a little bit. Yeah.
So because you have that on Raw, you think you've enhanced the Intercontinental enough now that you can take Becky and put her into the world heavyweight or the world women's title picture again.
I agree. I just don't see them doing it right now. To be honest, and I think that's just because we probably watched too much of this.
Yeah.
At this stage. But I think honestly, what it should be is this should be Liv going through because again, she can have Roxanne Raquel come down to help her. She's like, I'm going through to the tournament, and then not come out and help Raquel. Build the animosity that way, and then again with her shtick, her whole new shtick of how she's like the greatest of all time, she's the best. I'm talking about Liv Morgan obviously now because obviously Sports Illustrated isn't saying and others Bleacher Reports it's not Becky. Nice. And then every time backstage, well, she'll just do that passive aggressive thing that she does so well. But it's like, well, I'm through to the final, and surely as a part of the Judgment Day, you should be supporting me, and then that's where you build that from.
I can see it that way, but I think if this might be the one where
This
we
is the
differ.
toughest one to call, I would
This is
say.
the one, yeah. I think this is the one where we differ. I can see Liv with like going through your
I can
storyline,
see yours as well. Yeah.
and I can see Lynch in mine. So I personally want to see Lynch win this. In
Yeah.
my opinion,
100%.
I want to see Lynch win this.
I'll say this. I prefer to see Becky win this. I just think
Like
Liv will probably will. Yeah.
fair. And I think that's like the only one where we're just like
Yeah, because
we have a
this could go either way story
yeah,
wise as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I agree. But Lex is the one who needs the pin, and
yeah.
Chelsea's just there as
Sorry,
filler.
Alexa, you deserve better. You really do.
You do. You do. Because again, the only way this works if Bliss wins is if Charlotte wins, and then you have the
Yeah, then
best
you have
side
that,
each
but I
other.
just don't see them doing that at all.
And I don't see them having that.
No.
I don't see that
And
either.
again, you can't have that match either. Just this is also just a bit of a digression on that because you've had Alexa be the one that has to get saved by Charlotte and Rhea so many times on the stage. You're never going to believe that Alexa can beat Charlotte.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know? But yeah, so I mean, look, I think honestly at this stage, both tournaments have got interesting factors to both of them, and I'm looking forward to all of them. And if these two first fatal four ways were anything to go by, we've got some seriously good matches coming up for WWE, which I think they sorely need at this stage.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I think we've pretty much kind of gone into this King of the Ring.
I think, yeah, King of the Ring. Obviously, we'll have more to say about it as it goes. Sure.
Yeah, we've gone into this King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring bracket tournament as is. I mean, we had, which we briefly touched on in talking about the Seth Braun match, which is fine. You know, it was cool to see Tez come out and do his actually support Seth because they have that understanding now. Like Dawkins got taken out, so
Tez came out, helped, and there was that acknowledgement there, which is good.
And you know, it was nice at the end because obviously we got Seth again. It wasn't a bad match between Seth and Braun, but it feels like it should be done now. But again, we feel it should be done, and if the bracket takes us into it, we get them a King of the Ring, which again will then probably be the final, like you say, the final nail in the coffin of this feud. We can separate them until it comes to that match, if it comes to that match, which it most likely will come to that match at the King of the Ring final.
Yeah,
right.
Agreed.
Which I'm fine with. Just take them away from each other for this month, and then we can see if there's heat and build up there.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
I'm cool with that. And again, like it was a good match.
Yeah,
Braun came out again. This bullshit. I will hop on this bullshit of Braun can be now a tag team partner with Austin.
Well, I did actually want to talk a little bit about that because Theory came out as well.
Yeah.
And he didn't do Diddley Squat, let's be real, which is sad because last week on Raw, when he found out that Logan Paul was injured, this man was Theo Vaughn. This man was Ken Vaughn, dude. He was coming out of the chair. He beat the shit out of Joe Hendry. He had killed him.
He just came out.
And what we had said previously on one of our earlier podcasts is like, that's what he needs. He needs more of an edge. You gave him one, and now you've taken it away.
You've stripped it from him.
You stripped him from. Why didn't he come out with a chair? It's like would it have made a difference? He still yes, he still hits Seth with the belt, sure.
Yeah,
but it didn't make a difference. Where was the chair? You know.
No.
So I was a bit mad about that. But then also, just as a side to that, we also did get the inevitable implosion of the babes, the alpha babes, because we saw Otis and Akira backstage with Maxine. And they were like, listen, we see you hanging around with the Soak backstage, Austin Theory. He's bad news. And she was all like, shut up. That was it. That was the whole thing.
I mean, and then last thing, if you want to touch on it, just because I fucking love him and he needs to strap the rocket.
Please.
Another is, you had Ray and Dragon Lee versus Rusev and Ethan Page.
Ah, yes. Great match. Okay. It was a good match as well. Ray can still go. It was very good
Ray
match.
Can still go. It was fun. They won for crowd purposes, in my opinion. But Ethan and Rusev looked golden together.
As a tag team, they looked really good. They looked really good, dude. I really enjoyed them as a tag team.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Like, again, it came about from, which we probably skipped or didn't gloss over either, was the last week where Ethan was saying, oh, where's my title shot? I know I lost, but I deserve another one. And it was like, oh, no, I was just saying that Rusev, I was backing your corner. Like, he's being that conniving weasel.
Which is great. And
I love it.
Perfect like that.
He lays into it. It's his character. He works so well with it. But as a tag team, like you said, they worked so well together. So I'm not saying I want to pigeonhole him with Rusev, but that could
But I
implode
don't
into.
hate it. I
No,
like them
I
as
don't
a
hate
tag
it
team a
either.
lot, man. In terms of
And
like,
what's this?
see,
Are we not
it-
getting Rusev Day anymore? We're getting Bangaranga Rusev.
fine, give me that too.
Bangaranga Rusev.
Now you could actually have handsome Rusev back because you got handsome Rusev now.
I line him with all ego. Handsome
Yeah,
Rusev, and ego, all
that's what I'm
ego.
saying. Like all ego is the handsome one now, but he's with
The
Rusev,
handsome
so it's
egos. The
the
handsome
handsome egos.
egos.
There you go. Or
I mean,
the all handsomes. I like that as well. Either one works, really. It's
just go
dope.
with it. Just roll with it.
Honestly, put them in the tag division now. If you're not gonna have Ethan or Rusev win this Intercontinental title, cool. Then make them an actual tag team because in terms of comedy, that's
Perfect.
fun. They are great together. That makes me chuckle. That makes me laugh. That makes me want to watch them more. Not like
This,
that slapstick shit that they do with Priest and Truth, which is
yes,
funny once every 6 months. You know what I
yes,
mean?
yes. But again, like this was really for me the last thing to touch on was just that because I have to talk about a bit of Ethan
Of
Page.
course, yeah, 100%.
Love
No.
Ethan Page, man.
And again, it was a good match. And yeah, they just, yeah, I agree, dude. They work so well together. So give
I'm
me
with it.
more of it. Just give me
Yeah,
more of
I'm
it,
with it.
actually.
Just
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
super
give me
with it, actually. Now that you brought it up. Hell yeah, I'm down with that.
it. But I think that kind of really
That
just
pretty much covers it. I mean, I was going through my SmackDown notes now as well. Like, look, we'll cover SmackDown this coming weekend and everything. But there wasn't much to go on. Obviously, there's a lot of fallout that's going to happen from Clash and Italy with the guys that were on the SmackDown brand. Like, obviously Gunther and Cody is the big one coming out of that. Uh, Rhea and Jade with now the tournament coming up. So we'll talk. I think we'll talk more about that in our next one. But yeah, we also do have a shit ton of A-Dub to cover, which will be
looking
this
looking
week
forward
as
to that
well.
one. Yeah, looking forward to that one.
So yeah, I think we're good for today. Again, fantastic podcast, I think.
Oh, another great one. Broke it down, dissected, gave what we need, identified where the flaws are, identified what we want to see.
Yeah,
But again, WWE,
do
you're not going to
better.
listen to us. Just do better.
Just do better, man. But we will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. Talk to your friends about us. Put it in the comments.
Just spread it around, man. Whatever platform you have, Facebook, X,
Whatever.
Instagram,
WhatsApp
Spotify.
status.
Find us on all of these.
Snapchat.
Just get your friends involved and give us a like my boys already said. Like, subscribe, share.
Do that and always remember, too sweet.
Too sweet.